Hi. That's a new outfit. I like it.
Thank you. I don't think I have to say this. Um, so earlier, I wanted to tell you instead of Carl, because I kind of don't want to talk to Carl right now for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
And you said also
that's...
Carl's not around at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, um, Princess Lorelia is leaving temporarily. Um, I know. Before you say anything, I know. Um, she did that and then left. I know.
She's
Um,
just like Coral.
she told me that there was like a side effect of that spell, and she needs to go away for a while. Um, in her place. Oh, sorry. I'm finding this a lot more harder to say than I thought I would. I'm going to give you best declaration to read real quick.
Ah! All hail Princess Ira, I guess.
I'd rather not be called that, at least not for a while. I'm just acting princess. I'm not the actual princess.
Eh. You've always been a princess to me, so it doesn't change anything.
But, I'm going to try my best to see if I can free Melody.
I know.
I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to try everything in my power to free her.
If anyone can do it, it's you.
I appreciate it. I just thought I should tell you in prison.
I get it.
And again, I didn't want to send the message to Coral because I'd rather not speak with her right now. Um,
I don't want to speak to her either.
mm, well,
Oh, can I,
it's really.
talk with you privately for a moment?
Uh, yeah.
We won't go
Sorry,
far,
do you
Max.
mind?
Okay. Just go
We
over
can go
here.
to the inn
Yes.
or something. Max wanted to come with me because technically he's my knight now, I guess.
Yeah. I'm surprised about Kaya, though.
Yeah, Kaya was hanging around because she was there when Laurie told us that she was leaving.
Oh, I hope that Kaya absolutely ripped her to shreds.
She laughed at her. Um,
Um, Jonah and Estelle are now wed.
already?
Yes. Um,
Mm.
it was an even smaller wedding than mine.
Oh,
It was just myself and Anthony on the one side and Princess Rain on the other
mm.
as the witnesses. And that was it.
I see
And,
it.
but I figured I would let you know. Um,
I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen, I'm not gonna lie. Melody and I kind of sussed it out at the ball.
yes. Um, uh, we're not sure if Jonah's gonna be going up there or if Estelle's gonna be coming down here, but it
Mm.
looks like Jonah's gonna be going up there.
Yeah.
Um, it's just kind of the moment of, well, lucky you, I guess. You get to marry somebody you actually have feelings for.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I did what I had to do. And I have the scars from the other thing I had to do.
I'm still sorry that I
Stop.
couldn't be there for that.
Darling, stop saying sorry. Okay? Do not say sorry. You're perfectly fine. Okay? Hell, if I could have, I would have dropped out too. But someone had to do it. And I know that I was able to withstand it, no matter how painful it was. So.
But I haven't had a reply from him yet, but I've asked Bryn to be my advisor, at least until
I was gonna ask who would take that spot. Alright. That's
well,
reasonable.
I've known Bryn since I was a baby, and he grew up around me and saw most of the teachings my dad gave, so he is a decent man. Oh. Yeah, at least you got the helmet off of him from what I've heard.
Yes.
That was in the report.
So, helmet's been chucked into the void.
Yeah.
So, we will see what happens as a result. But yes, I just wanted to let you know about the Jonas situation. So.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know if you know, but the Cloud Kingdom recently went into an allyship with the Winters as well.
Oh, well then. Alright. The next thing we're gonna be doing, kingdom-wise, is allyship with the Seraphs. So.
Yeah.
Alright.
The thing with Laurie was the main thing that I wanted to tell you about. I don't really have anything else
Understood.
to say.
I've got a busy thing, gotta run a kingdom now. So.
Not really much to do at the moment. I know I need to grab the task at some point, but
It's the first week of the chaotic tasks.
yeah. Well, I am a little nervous about it, but
Ours wasn't so bad. So. It's more of an annoyance. So.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should start a club.
We can.
Oh, let's go.
We can
Hello.
Ah yes, a social club of the knights.
yeah.
The solo nights.
The solo knights.
The
What's
nights.
it? It's us and Lucario.
And yeah, but Lucario has other nights, but they're never around.
If it's close enough, it's close enough.
Yeah, we get Lucario.
And the rest.
The others have friends.
Technically, Quinn isn't classified as a knight anymore, so Xip's alone.
You can get this.
Quinn is now our advisor.
Oh, so Noah's already been.
Yes. So technically Xip's by himself, although Quinn will still be doing night duties because that's what they enjoy. So we're not going to stop them.
We can have both of them, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you have stuff that you need to do. I will be here. So let me know if you need anything. Okay?
I will. And same to you.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Best I can, considering circumstances.
That is quite fair. Well, we can go to the castle if you'd like. I know there's a conduit inside of there. I remember the
Certainly.
bar does not have recent access to the conduit, so
It's alright.
we can head there. You sound a bit tired.
Well, that's what happened as a result of you being tortured.
Tortured?
Can you not see? I wasn't here from where my throat was slit.
Sorry. Sorry. I the lighting, I didn't really realize the difference.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what happened?
That can be the thing we talk about, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I meant by appearance.
Oh, and I thought you were just saying that maybe you didn't have a chance to do your hair or something.
No, I meant...
Oh my goodness, Marina.
Yeah.
I'm so... yes, we'll talk about this. This is... oh dear. Okay, we can just head right in here. Goodness. Do you need like a jacket or something?
No, I'm okay. I could have hid the scars, but I'm choosing not to.
Fair enough. So, well, I suppose then I'll let you host the conversation in, since you wanted to talk.
I guess you want to talk about that part first, then.
We can. I think that's certainly of importance, so sure.
Okay, I know you were around when you saw me go down after the mermaid ball.
Yes. I was concerned, but I got an early tip from Fang that something potentially would happen, and so I didn't know if you were in on whatever was happening or not, so I chose to wait and bide my time.
Do you
Or my assumption.
know
Well,
about the Black Serpent?
I heard someone mention it recently the other day, but I didn't know what they were talking about. Oh, it was you, I think. You were talking about it with Anthony down in the vault.
Yes.
You brought it up briefly, but I had never once heard of it before now.
I'll give you the basic rundown of the Black Serpent.
Okay.
The Black Serpent is this thousands of generational entity that's attached to the helmet that Xiph wears. And when Captain Xiph has the helmet on, the Black Serpent takes over his body. And even without the helmet on, Black Serpent knows all of his memories. Xiph has no recollection of what goes on when the helmet's on. And he becomes a lot more dangerous with the helmet on, because he gets aggressive, among other things.
Goodness. Was it he who did this to you?
No. In the process of the possession, Xiph, or the Black Serpent possessing Xiph's body, made a nether portal. And so, punishment for that is death.
Correct.
Or war, if we hid Xiph. And I would not let him die. So, originally it was supposed to be myself and Ira, because she's dating Xiph, and we grew up together. But Morrigan came to us with a plan to trap Xiph, get the helmet off him, destroy the helmet. It's made of netherite, so it can't burn.
Oh.
So we had to do it in the end. And so Morgan agreed to a plan where they will knock us down and and we would alert anyone with our telepaths to not come with us or teleport for our safety, to come and save us, because Melody, or as I knew then, Princess Maholia, and Knight Lucario and Fang would be there to pick us up. It was just a way to get Xiph there, where then someone would shackle him. And so Ira backed out, which I don't blame her for, because it was incredibly painful. But I told Morgan to make it real, and our agreement was that I would be knocked down the first time. I might need to be knocked down again, but just enough to make sure that Xiph gives up the helmet, so that they can throw it into the void. This was from the first one, which I was expecting. Her scythe was laced with something, and it burned. The next one I was prepared for, but the last two were not a part of our agreement. Because at that point, Xiph had already given the helmet up. And that's when she started to torture me in front of him.
Goodness.
Because she didn't believe that he gave the helmet up, or she did it with her own sadistic pleasure, I'm not sure which. But that's where some of the other scars came from. She hit me with potions of weakness and harming. She threatened potions of bloodletting.
Oh my.
But the deal went through. Xiph gave up the helmet. They chucked it into the void. And I have the scars to prove it. But to prevent another war, 2 wars in the same damn week for me, I did it. Because I know that someone had to.
I'm sorry you had to bear that burden, Marina. That is absolutely atrocious, and I'm very upset to hear that Morgan abused the deal that you made with her in order to get this taken care of. That was not right of her.
Whether or not she considers that breaking her deal is up to her, but I dealt with it. I was in a tremendous amount of pain. But Ira had given me some healing potions, and Anthony witnessed it. He is taking your vows very seriously. So he was invisible. So Melody saw him, but no one else knew that he was there, just as a second precaution. So he had to hear my screams, unfortunately. But he gave me a golden apple afterwards, and so internally I was okay, but externally there's more on my legs that you can't see.
Right.
But
Goodness, Marina, I'm so sorry.
nothing for you to say sorry about.
Well,
it's
I know you made the choice for this necessary sacrifice, but technically, because Fang told me, I was indeed complicit, so I'm sorry you had to go through that pain. I was worried about you. The only thing that kept me from moving and doing something was the fact that I had been told by Fang. If he hadn't told me, I'm sure you would have probably seen me show up. As you are now an elf, like the rest of us, by extension of Anthony, and you are considered one of our family, so you are of just as much importance as everyone else. I mean, to an extent. They're heirs, but you are part of our family. So
that is very sweet. Kano, thank you. I appreciate the concern. Mermaid magic does a little bit of cosmetics if necessary, but I figured this is me showing the world that I am stronger than made out to be.
Very true.
So-
You are a survivor, and you can show off those scars as a testament to your skills.
Yes. But that wasn't why I wasn't why I wanted to talk. I'm still somewhat in recovery of it, but it doesn't matter. I still have a kingdom to run.
I
So-
hear you. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now. So we're all going through a lot.
Yes. Yes. I had a gift, a request if you wanted it, and a question. So I don't know which order you would prefer.
That is entirely up to you. I mean, typically I'm usually a bad news first, good news after type person. So if there's something you feel is more dramatic or pressing, we can handle that, and we can have the celebratory things afterward.
Oh, I wouldn't call this. I wouldn't call any of it pressing, but I guess I'll start with the lesser news. I don't know how it is for the elves, but since you said you are my advisor now, technically, I don't know if you wanted one of mine for the future, but you don't have to take it. This is not the gift. This is something else. You don't have to have it. I figured I would ask since I was already meeting with you. Again, you don't have to take it. I can easily keep it to myself.
If it's something you're offering, then I would be more than happy to take it. I will only use it in, necessary circumstances. I'm not a person who just uses them willy-nilly. I value that responsibility, or that right. Well, what's the word for it? I treat them like they are, and that is a very hefty responsibility once you've received someone's trust like that. So I do not take that for granted.
Okay, then I will hand it over, and you can have mine for if the circumstances needs be.
Of course. Would you like one from me as well?
Yes, I can take yours.
I would need to prepare some materials for it, but I can
That's fine.
more than certainly deliver it to you once I have acquired them. We do not have many eyes of vendor often to spare, so I will find one and make one for you.
Yes,
To
I
be able to-
believe those eyes I found while in one of the floating islands, maybe 7 or 8,000 blocks away from here.
Yes,
7 or 8,000
indeed.
blocks, something like that. So,
Right.
Obviously I didn't get blaze powder for that.
Yes.
I guess I can do the gift now, since the timing is appropriate. The location isn't, but I can show
Oh.
you why. If
Feels
you'll...
like we can change locations if you'd prefer.
Sure, we can... Yes.
We do have legs right now, so we can
Yes.
certainly go. We can move around.
We don't have to go particularly far. Consider this a add-in to something I said during our meeting.
Right.
Especially considering if I now request help, this will certainly be easier. Now, this is a sacred thing to the mermaids. I need to go over here a little bit just because of the... This is a... The thing is not reaching anymore. Alright, that's fine. Okay. This is considered a sacred exchange to the mares. So, if you would like, I crafted you using mermaid magic a sea necklace.
Oh.
It's it's important to us because when the royals make the necklaces, excluding Jonah, we have to pretty much imbue it with your essence of your soul, if that makes sense. So whatever color appears is the color that matches your soul at the current point that you receive it. So I would not recommend dyeing it, attempting to dye it, because if you mess up, it could damage your actual legs. As I mentioned to Melody in our meeting, when I saw that her tail was a different color and I got concerned. But if you would like, it hides once you put it on by magic, and then all you have to do is step in.
Oh, wow. Oh. This is a very strange feeling.
Yep. So you don't float. You will stink, just like everyone else except for us.
Wow.
But you're able to see underwater, you can breathe underwater, and you are slightly faster underwater.
Okay. Wow, that's, well, this is a very precious gift, Marina. I was not expecting this by any means. Thank you. I will value this tremendously. And I appreciate the sacrifice that, even if it, again, it's not like you had to murder something to get a piece of soul to put in a tail. The fact that you are sharing mermaid magic with me is very special to me, and is something that I greatly appreciate.
I had to use a heart of the sea to create it, among other things. So it's definitely of the rarer variety.
Yes.
And those are very precious to us, as you understand.
Indeed. I do.
But I figure if I'm technically an elf and you're technically my advisor, if I need to call upon you for whatever reason, it would definitely be easier if you had easier access to me.
Indeed.
And I know that you are somebody I can trust.
Yes.
So it made sense, since I'm one of the, hi bud, one of the few that can make it, that I would. So.
Well, thank you. That is a tremendous honor. I'm very appreciative.
If you prefer, we can get out and go back to the castle, but I figured it would be better to show you this in water.
No, that is more than understandable. I appreciate it. May even take some time getting used to. To be honest, I may only put it on when I desperately need to, if I have to, but I appreciate that it blends in well.
Yeah, mermaid magic is able to hide it in whatever clothes you're wearing.
Yes.
Clothes, or even if you don't have any on, it still hides it as well. It just looks like natural skin, so.
Tremendously useful.
Yes. There's a reason we don't give them out to many.
Well, of course. Well, isn't it, I know it, at least at one point, I assume still is technically illegal to do on your own.
It is.
Vision of the royalty.
Yes, it is illegal. But even if someone attempted to do on their own, there's still certain components they don't know how to. But it's actually illegal for me to give it out.
Yes.
Normally. But Coral already mentioned it, so I didn't have to worry about it in this case. I would have probably given it to you anyway, if she hadn't mentioned it, but she already gave permission, so I didn't have to worry.
Well, that is wonderful. I also, I know we didn't get to talk much after all that. I hope I wasn't too scathing. I know you probably don't mind, but your sister has been a bit of a brat the last few days, if I can be quite frank.
Oh, I have called her worse to her face. It has not been a beneficial time, to say the least, and it's been a lot of shuffling. I figured I will let you know as well that since you already knew about the marriage, they have been married a couple of days ago.
Oh, all right. Well, that was fast. Goodness.
Well, that was their task, so they had to finish. So the cloud task was to marry off an heir. So due to circumstances, and they wanted to get it done quickly, as to ensure that certain things, there's a little more pressure. And it just happened to work out that Estelle was romantically interested in Jonah, and Jonah is technically an heir over Noah, and so Jonah wanted to come forward to help out the Seraphs. And has married Estelle to complete their task. It was an even smaller wedding than mine.
That's saying something,
Considering how small mine was, yes.
Yes.
On the mayor side, because you need a mayor representative, it was me and Anthony. And on the Seraph side, it was just Princess Rain. It was tiny.
Wow.
So,
I'm surprised your sister didn't even come.
as per my sister's pettiness, she decides to do something grand, event-wise, announcement-wise, and then she leaves and puts me in charge. This is the third time she's done it.
Oh.
So, I had to go. But Jonah is still my brother, no matter how much I dislike him right now. And I would have supported him, especially since he's marrying someone he's actually romantically interested in. So.
Indeed.
Convenient how it worked out for him.
I know. That is
Yes.
a bit unfortunate.
Yes. But besides that, my largest question that I had
Okay.
was how to make Anthony more comfortable. Because
Oh.
I already gave him a gift. Again, that's something else of rare value. Since he no longer can use his bow abilities, I gave him a trident. I had to pull some strings, but because they're even rarer at this point than Hearts of the Sea sometimes. And I gave him a trident that allows him to summon lightning when it storms.
Oh.
A match to mine, actually. But I had to pull some strings in order to get him to have it, but I figured if he's a prince of the mares, he should look like one.
Yes. That is entirely understandable.
But I don't know what else to do, because right now he's actually not even in the kingdom. He is in mourning, and he's actually... Oh, I should probably mention this to you. That's another thing.
Yes.
Coral has requested heirs. So, we haven't done anything in regards to that topic yet. Eventually we will have to, and as part of his mourning process, he is currently looking for a place for the two of us to live outside of the castle.
Oh.
So he's doing what he needs to mourn.
Yes.
And I'm giving him his space. But while he's away, I didn't know what I can do to make him more... I've already ordered a lot of salad. I've ordered a lot of salad already, but I
Yes.
felt that trident as kind of a wedding gift, in a way, quote-unquote, was a bit more in need, especially if he's exploring it underwater.
Yes.
Which he actually is safer underwater, surprisingly, than above ground to look for a place, so it's okay.
Right.
But I didn't know what else to do to make him more comfortable, because this is a situation neither of us wanted to be put through. I wanted to make it as easy as I can for him, and just to make this process easier for the both of us once things occur. We don't have a time limit, but Coral would rather it sooner than later. So we know she claimed as our duties as heirs that it would have probably needed to happen anyway at some point. We would not have liked that conversation to happen, but it did. Quite early, in fact. Very soon after I gave him a tour of the kingdom. The same day.
Oh.
Same day. So, if there's anything my sister doesn't care for, it's tact. Of course.
I see, yes.
So obviously we were not particularly happy with that news, but we're trying to prepare. And I warned Anthony that because of this union, and Jonah's going through the same issue right now, since they're now full citizens of a different kingdom, what might happen to their limbs. For Anthony, his tail may become permanent. And he may become a full mare. He may also just choose to become a full mare on his own. He would prefer not to, at least at this point. Jonah, if he whichever one decides to stay, either Estelle or Jonah, they'll go through the painful transition, if it occurs at all, of Jonah losing his tail and gaining wings, but probably painful both way, or Estelle having the reverse. Either way, it's going to be painful for one or the other, whoever decides to go, if it occurs at all. I warned Anthony that remember I mentioned how our tails are attached. When I make your tail, it's attached to what your soul color is. Well, that's what we're born as. Our normal tails are attached to our soul color or colors. With an exception being pregnant mares, their tails may change color to reflect their children's tails. But it'll go back to normal afterwards.
Yes.
But children's eventual tails or their color at the time of their... Anyway, but I warned Dan, at least his process is easier because he already had a necklace. It would just be, I guess, the growing of gills. I guess, if that makes sense. But I warned Anthony that this might happen as a result, just as I warned, or will be warning, Jonah and Estelle about what will happen to the pair of them, if it's going to happen at all. We've never exactly had a mixed couple before, but there have been stories, so I'm just doing my part as to make sure people are aware of what happens. But Anthony may eventually become a full mare. It's a chance, we don't know for sure, but he may. But especially if that occurs, I want to make sure that, especially now, because there's so much going on, and in the future, and if and when children do occur, I just want to make it easier for him, because...
That is fair.
And I don't know what else to do, since I don't know him particularly well at this point yet. So I figured if I should talk to anyone, it would be you.
Well, I believe you came to the right place. I will say Annabelle, of all people in our kingdom, probably is the best understanding of Anthony. But I've also been with him for not quite as long as Annabelle, but, maybe give or take a few decades at most. And so it's... The big thing, and this is something that both Melody and I reflected on to some level, even when we were thinking about the results of your marriage. Both of you are, at least to my knowledge, fairly adventurous, rebellious people. Anthony doesn't show it as much. He's very compliant when it comes to caring about others, but he does like to go off and do his own thing and understand that he's in charge of his own destiny. And so it's unfortunate, because I was going to say that you could bring his horse. He has a skeleton horse that he keeps in his attic.
Oh, they don't drown.
Of his room. But he wouldn't probably be able to swim with it very much.
No.
But you could consider bringing it to live with you if you wished, because it is a skeleton horse. Anthony also is very vain.
Okay.
He loves himself.
Okay.
And so I know if you wanted to, if you got a portrait commissioned from potentially, I know that I believe it's Charlotte who did it for him last, for the lovely portrait you see of him there. Or maybe it's Pinky, one of the two. We've got the it's Pinky, yes, but not Pinky from the
not my Pinky, your Pinky.
Yes. But yes, but she commissioned that. So if you wanted to, if you commissioned a portrait of the two of you, I know he would adore that.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's something else I would strongly recommend. Otherwise, so yes, he's vain, he's adventurous.
That is not the character trait I was expecting, but here we are.
Well, when you love someone very dearly, you know both their strong elements and their weaks. And the thing about Anthony, despite the fact that he's very vain, it also makes him very easy to get gifts for him because you just know as long as you get him something that he likes, he'll be like, wow, you thought of me because I'm the most important person. Thank you. I mean, I quite literally managed to find a way to get ice cream for him, and he was perfectly happy and content for the duration of your wedding. Just
Yes,
because
I
of
do have the
cream.
ice cream.
Yes, so as long as you make him that too, it's he's not very difficult to please.
Okay.
But for those two things, otherwise in terms of pure gifts, I don't really have much advice. I mean, if you want to make him feel a bit more at home, you could try decorating part of your home with some of the colors of the kingdom, you know, of the elves, and maybe it's some green and moss and other things. I don't know how much the mermaids tend to use those colors in your normal decor, but
I could work. I think I have some green in my, because I have natural moss in my particular bedroom, natural coral, and some natural greenery already in my room. So, but I could see if I can incorporate something else.
Yes.
So it's not a bad idea.
No, that makes sense. And then otherwise, I'm trying to think if there's anything that'd be especially unique, but that's really what I would say is probably the triumvirate of keeping Anthony happy and healthy, is reminding him of home, giving him things that are comforts to him, like his horse or colors of his kingdom, and then appealing to his ego in good ways.
Well,
good
I am
ways.
used to dealing with people's ego when my knight captain is Xiph. So
That is fair. Well, I will say Anthony's ego is very different, though, in that he
No,
doesn't
'cause
want
Xiph
all
is
the
cocky.
praise. Yes, and
Yes.
Anthony is anything but cocky. He just very much he. I'll put it in a nice way. He very much knows how he was made, and he loves being that way. He wouldn't want to be anybody else. And that is, quite good. He doesn't sit there and talk about himself all the time. So that's, one thing. But I would definitely say those are the things I'd recommend to make Anthony feel more at home and comfortable.
okay. All right.
If I think of anything else, I can send you a missive, but otherwise, I think that'll pretty much cover most of it. So,
I guess it worked out that he liked my trident because he's like, that's very cool. And I had the idea to get him a trident because it also made sense as a prince of the mares. So I guess it worked out.
yes.
Okay.
No, it did.
Cool.
Yes. And you know what? That would hit the box of just you got something that Anthony would find cool, and already that was already well enough. Just he's very interested in shiny things. As long as you...
Well, as someone who likes to collect human things that wash up, that are a lot of the time very shiny, I can understand that.
Indeed. Well, then that'll make it quite easy then.
Okay.
I also realized as well, this is a bit off topic, but I never got the two of you a wedding gift.
Oh.
Not that I know it wasn't entirely expected, but as part of my general tradition, it's usual that we would get a gift for you. And so, is there anything that you have been looking for that I could potentially acquire for you as a gift, or would you like some surprise that I can think about?
How about this? While weddings aren't as important to the mares, children and pregnancies are, because we have a low fertility rate. So if you would decide to prepare something for that possible eventuality, be my guest.
Okay.
I don't particularly need anything. I don't know if Anthony would want anything. You can ask him. But I in particular don't need anything.
Okay.
I'm just preparing for that inevitable. So.
Understood.
So.
All right. Well, then I will, if I think of anything that would be befitting for a potential future child of your kind and of Anthony's, then
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
will-
be strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least the nice thing is you both are lovely people, if I might say so myself. So if your babies look ugly, then it would only be because it skipped a generation. I mean, look at Anthony's ancestor. I mean, it's not really his father, but his uncle. His Solstice, and he was all right.
Anthony did prepare me about the curse.
Yes,
And
indeed. But
so I told him that because of the fact that even if twins do occur, and even if they'll still be half mare, and so the curse should not apply, even if one that's oriented towards the elves is born second. So if they,
Right.
if that possibility, because I know he's said multiple generations of twins at this point, so you know, I'm looking at one of them. My husband is one of them. So, you know, it just, whatever happens, I told him the curse shouldn't apply, and even if the curse does apply, the child is not, that's not happening. That result is not happening.
yes. No.
So, but I am prepared for that possibility as well, as shocking as it was to find out.
I am glad to hear that you are ready for anything, at the very least.
I am trying to be. A lot of our resources lost in the tsunami, so I don't know too much about the process for the mare side traditions, besides some of the few and, you know, tail changing, possibly changing colors. So
Yes.
if I wake up one day and my tail is different colors, at least I know right away. I don't have
That
to
is
wait.
true.
I don't have to wait
Yes.
to find out. So,
Indeed.
Anyway.
All right. Well then.
Did you have anything that you wanted to ask while we were here?
I guess nothing I can think of beyond any. Is there any support I can offer you in dealing with Coral? Just anything I can be doing right now in the background, at least, until there's time for further negotiations. I am currently the one in charge of the Elven Kingdom, and so I have a bit more sway than I typically would. So if there are things that need to be done, I can. I don't want to start any wars.
No. God, I did this to avoid a war.
Yes, but there's no one else she can talk to at the moment other than myself, because Annabelle is not available, and she will not be princess until coronation, which I will invite you to when the time
Yes,
comes. obviously,
Anthony did warn me about the coronation, so...
Yes. It won't be for another few weeks, because we have to get a lot of things in order. I need to even talk to Countess today to at least get that kick started so we can start the proceedings that are required, but...
Lovely Artie, yes.
Yes. But yeah, if there's anything I can do at all, I'm happy to help in whatever ways I can deal with your sister.
Alright. First week of chaotic tasks. Woo!
Indeed. Did you... Sorry, I suppose I should have asked that. We can walk and talk, but did you check out your task yet?
Yes, and I'm very happy I'm the one that does not have to do it, considering who my husband is.
What is your task, if you don't mind me asking?
We have to cut down a forest in a different kingdom.
Oh.
And for our bonus points, we have to leave parts of the trees just hanging there.
Oh, goodness.
And so
That
I
sounds
said,
horrifying.
it's a good thing I'm not the one doing it, and I'm already telling Coral to not do it in the Elven Kingdom.
She shouldn't, because it is technically a law.
Yeah.
Here that our citizens
Not only
abide
that-
by,
yeah.
and that would be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, since the possibility of maybe afterwards replanting the trees, but I don't know. But for this week, we have to cut down a forest. So,
Oh, goodness.
that
is...
it's, I'm like, I am not participating in it, no matter if you go off and leave again, I'm not doing it. My husband is an elf. Not happening.
That is very respectful of you.
I know your rules and I know your beliefs. I'm not doing it. It's why I laughed when they wore white to the wedding. Because I know what it truly means.
Indeed.
So, I am not participating in it. Jonah can do it.
Ah.
Jonah can do it. I won't do
Yes.
it.
That's understandable and a good plan.
Yep. If Coral decides to not do it, but you know,
Yes.
it's her job, not mine. I don't
This is
reap.
very
I don't.
true.
I don't reap the benefits.
Indeed. Our task this week, it's very clear they're aiming at causing problems. Our task is to invite someone to a one-on-one duel. Innocent enough, but then the bonus task is for you to not pick that person up
Oh.
after they have fallen. So I can very clearly tell what they're aiming to do, but again, if you look at the fine print, which I'm very good at being advisor, it's very clear that, one, in order to fulfill task, all you have to do is invite someone to a duel. You don't even have to duel them in the first place if you didn't want to. So we can certainly at least take care of that.
Oh, we love the fine print.
The second part is that even if I don't pick them up, someone else can.
Ah.
It's a one-on-one duel, but doesn't mean there can't be spectators or witnesses that can participate in doing that. So I'm hoping to orchestrate something that can be done with still meeting the fine print of the task, but not
I would
necessarily
offer,
leaning into the chaos.
But considering what I went through,
No,
I don't want to
would-
go into a physical
I
altercation
appreciate that,
soon.
But I was not. Right now, my current eyes are on potentially Advisor Fang, if I have the ability to duel with him, because he and I trust each other implicitly, and so if we fight, then I know that we can handle that fine, and our kingdoms are in a good place. But I still have to send that invitation to him, so I'll see. In fact, maybe I can even... I know that one of the knights that I haven't gotten to speak with in a long time since the Elven Ball, the one who had the unfortunate pleasure of being the Annabelle impersonator during the event, she's taken a bit of an absence, but she is returned back to the kingdom, and so I'm going to try and talk with her today to see how she is and get her involved again in the kingdom, so...
Understood.
It'll be good. But anyways, so yes, that's our task. So yours is at least doesn't hurt anyone.
It doesn't
just
hurt anyone, it's
involves-
just annoying.
Yes.
And not giving it to the elves, so we have the seraphs who are up in the skies. That's not going to work, so we have to find a winter forest. Because it has to be a different kingdom. So,
dear.
we're going to have to find a winter forest.
Indeed. I think it's a very, very good plan. But anyways, I figured since I asked you, I would tell you what our task was as well, so you would know. You can even tell Anthony, because I don't think he's gone to the end to go look himself, so you can tell him what we have to deal with.
He will be in mourning for most of this week, but if I end away, so, but if I see, while I take care of matters, but if I see him,
Yes.
I will let him know.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate that very much.
I appreciate your help.
Of course. And if you need anything else from me, you're always welcome to ask.
Understood.
Wonderful. All right. Well, then I will head back to the castle. You're welcome to take the waypoint as you see fit. All right.
Yes.
Well, I'll see you later, Marina. Thank you for the conversation.
See you later.
Marina?
Hi.
I would like to ask
Mm-hmm.
why?
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific.
Why didn't you firstly, why didn't you trust me, and why did you have to work with that one?
Didn't want to work with her. I didn't have a choice.
And what? Why?
She said, if I don't work with don't work with her on that plan, you will die. I wasn't gonna let that happen. Either you get executed by Netherian law, or we go to war. I wasn't gonna risk that.
And what do you think they're gonna do to us if we go to war? They literally can't touch us down here.
Doesn't matter. I wasn't risking it.
And I was already okay with that. I knew the risk I took with building another portal. I didn't know she was even more overlordish than I previously thought. And Coral was planning on making an alliance, possibly.
No!
Anyways.
Never! Not with the Netherians. Neutrality pact. That's what we talked about. Not an alliance.
That's
very different.
That was until I had got caught.
So damn cocky, Xiph.
I mean, I'm not wrong. If I didn't get caught, none of this would happen. But why'd you have to bring him into it, huh? I mean, I was dealing with it fine.
Why did I have to
And
bring
why-
who into it?
The helmet.
This is the damn point, Xiph. There's a reason that I had to do this because without the helmet being gone, you would be dead.
And you don't think I knew that? You don't think I would have just run away?
Then the rest of the kingdom would be at war with the Netherians. And I wasn't risking
again,
it either.
What would they have done? They can't come down here.
They're aligned with the elves.
And so what? Their bows don't work down here.
They can still come down here.
Plus, do you know what happened to the helmet? Do you know where it is now?
In the void.
And you're sure of that? You're positive? 100%.
Are you telling me that wasn't the real one? That I got
No,
tortured for something
what I'm saying is, do you know what they're gonna do with the helmet?
They already chucked it!
Did you see them do it?
No. But they chucked it.
How do you know?
Maholia took it, and then chucked it. Or gave it to Morgan, and then Morgan chucked it. Either way, I know they chucked it.
And again...
Because I know for a
You didn't
fact that the one time Morgan was actually afraid was having anything to do with the Black Serpent. So I know she got rid of the damn thing.
I mean, she didn't seem very afraid.
She had to put on a show.
I am gonna be frank now. That is not the real helmet. That was not it. And he told me about the plan beforehand.
How the hell did he know?
I don't know, but he told me about it.
Oh my god. That wasn't even the real... Where's the real one, then?
But-
Where's the real one?
I'm not going to tell you.
Where is the real one?
I'm not going to tell you. Look, I'm just confused about him.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Look, he said that maybe the books were written
Oh my god.
by the lore keeper.
Oh my god. Oh
That-
my... Oh... It's... I got tortured for nothing. I got tortured for you for nothing. It's like you don't even care.
I do.
It's like you don't
I
even
do.
care.
I do.
I don't see it.
And I'm...
You're just
Him
being
and
your
me are-
same ass cocky
Him-
self.
Him and me are working on a plan. We're
Oh
gonna
my...
get her back.
No! 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 No. No. I thought you were smarter than this. I thought you were smarter than this, Xiph. And now you're willingly working with him? With it? Who doesn't care about anything but itself and everyone else's demise?
How do you know that? I don't know anything about him. No one knows anything about him except from those books. And the only...
I have talked to him!
When?
You don't remember your stuff happens when you're under its possession. I talked to him, one-on-one, fully calling him the Black Serpent.
And what did he say?
All sorts of shenanigans. But I still talked to him because it wasn't you, and I know for a fact he does not care for anything but itself and total destruction.
Again? What did he say? You don't remember what he said.
Even if I told you what he said, you're not gonna believe me.
No, go on. Say it.
Doesn't even matter now, I guess. Doesn't
Right.
even matter. Because I did this, I risked my damn life for you. And you just don't...
not that I don't care. It's just you're the one that willingly worked with that.
I didn't want to work with her!
Then you should have said no. I would have been fine on my own.
No!
Yes, I would have been
I
fine.
wasn't gonna do that! I wasn't going to do that. And all this is proving is that you don't care.
Again, I do care. And that's why I couldn't give it to them. I don't trust them.
And you trust the thing that takes over your body more than these people.
Yes. Because every time at the ball, when she announced it, and you said you weren't okay with it, I was about to do something that I knew I shouldn't. And he stopped me. I went to him, I put it on, and he sat in the chair for the rest of the thing. Does that sound like someone that wants to destroy everything? If he wanted
He
me
plots, Xiph!
If he wanted me gone, he would have let me do it. He would have let me hurt Coral. Or do something, anything.
If you were gone, he wouldn't have another body to possess.
How do you know that? Everything that's been written in those books is vague, and again, he's the only other being that we know of that can manipulate books is the lore keeper. Think about it.
No! No! How can you be so stupid? How can you be so stupid?
Because I don't trust royalty.
I know where I stand then. And nothing I will ever do will change that in your mind.
No. Because 2 times in one night displayed they only care about themselves. They want to keep their power, and anyone that doesn't follow their rules gets punished in some way.
I didn't do that!
But clearly you didn't stand up.
I did this. I got married to stop a war. I got tortured for you to stop a different war. I did things for the kingdom, not for myself.
Yes, but you're following people that are doing it for themselves.
Because I don't have a damn choice, Xiph.
Says who?
Says the rules of this world.
Maybe they should change. And maybe he's the key to doing it.
Can't believe you. I haven't been doing things for myself.
And I know that. And if you, I wish you were in Coral's place. But I'm gonna make that happen with his help. I can't do it alone, and he seems to be the only one that listens to anything I have to say. About this system, this broken system.
Because he's manipulating you. He doesn't care.
And so what? I'll just do it back to him.
No! This is not how this works. This is not how this works. Your father is in a corner right now, trying to making himself bleed with his own damn nails, and that's your... that's your bench.
That.
No, he flat out said it. He flat out said it. Multiple times.
And so why is he living with my mom right now?
When was the last time you saw your parents? Huh?
A while ago. But I'm sure they're fine. Either way, I'm gonna work with him.
Do you want me
And
to
I'm-
hate you? Is that what this
No.
is?
No.
Is that what this is?
No.
Because
I'm-
it's sure
I'm
damn
telling-
feeling like it.
I'm telling you because I want to trust you. Let me work with him. Let me
No.
try.
No. No. No.
Please.
No. No.
How else are things gonna change, huh? You're gonna stay married off to someone you barely know. Morgan's gonna stay doing whatever she wants. Because no one has the power to no one has the power nor the will to change anything. Plus, if I try anything else, I'm sure I'm gonna get executed again anyways. If I try to change anything, Morgan will just do her thing and kill me. Just don't tell Morgan. Don't tell anyone. As
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? After all I've done, and you still can't trust me? After all I've went through, the scars I have, and you still can't trust me? With what I said right before I left, and you still can't trust me? How dare you?
fine then. Like, you won't tell anyone?
I will find the helmet, and I will destroy it. Mark my words.
Good luck with that.